When I first met Olive, I knew right away she was a people girl. She loves affection, she loves to be just near you, and she'll do anything to get there. On the car ride home, I quickly realized that the seatbelt setup was not catered for an 8-month-old adventurer. She kept trying to jump over the hamper in the back seat to crawl onto my lap, basically saying, "Move over, I'm driving." It was quite an interesting ride. When I got home, she was a little shy, but she got a little more curious, a little bit more brave, and she met my husband right away, went down for some belly rubs. One of the cutest things that Olive does is her muskrat move. She will stand on her 2 back legs, reach up and try to kiss you, or even try to grab your arm to hug you. It is impossible not to melt. After her exploring, she linked herself to my arm, cuddling me, and my arm was getting numb because she was just cuddling me for over an hour and she did not move. She just wanted to hug my arm, and it was the cutest thing ever. She was too peaceful to disturb. She keeps trying to get on my lap. She's definitely a lap dog, and compared to the other 80-pound lap dogs I've had, she was allowed to be on my lap, and she was just curled right up, enjoying her snuggles. Once she woke up, she was an adventurer once again. She was just having so much fun, and she was making a ploy to get some belly rubs where she would stand up, grab my arm, and then go completely back and does a trust fall on the couch just to get some belly rubs. And she does not just do this on the couch, she's also done this on the floor where I had to freak out and try and grab her because she's gonna hit the hardwood, but she is in it for the cuddles and the scratches. Olive sleeps a lot. That is puppy life, but she is full of curiosity and it comes to life when she's awake. She is still learning the ropes. She's still a puppy, and potty training is not 100% down yet, but she is learning the ropes. When puppies are learning potty training, they don't understand the distinction of inside or outside. They're just thinking that there's a specific spot you want them to go on. They don't necessarily think that it's inside or outside. They're just like, "You're going to make me go at this one particular spot, so that's where I'm going." That's the first stage, and then it starts to get cueing in the inside and outside part, but she is still figuring that out, and she did really good. She only had 1 accident in the house, wasn't bad at all, and for the rest of the time she was outside, so that was amazing. Especially for a new environment for a puppy, Olive was amazing. We went for a walk, and of course Olive pulled, but amazing that it's just the little thing, because I'm so used to 80-pound dogs that her is like nothing. I could just pick her up. But yes, she does have some leash training to do, but she's so good and just a little puppy, and is gonna learn the ropes soon. She was a little skittish around some people with rollerblades, and there was a puppy that was around the same age as her, and she saw that dog from afar, and she was still a little skittish, wondering what was that. But she didn't show any signs of aggression. She didn't show any signs really at all. She just acknowledged that that dog was there and didn't seem actually really interested in that dog. So you never know. She was very curious and very polite about any interaction that we had that she was unsure of. She was very polite. When I got back, I was baking in the kitchen, and she just sat by my feet in the kitchen because she just wants to be so close to you. She does not need to be entertained 24/7, but she wants to be near you. The entire time I've had Olive, I always send pictures of my dogs to friends, family, and one of my friends was looking for a dog because she got a new place, and I was just sending so many videos and photos of Olive to my friends. I did not need to convince my friend much. Olive basically sells herself. When it was time to bring Olive back, it definitely felt a little different than the other dogs that I brought in, just because she is so much younger and she's so full of life and she's absolutely adorable. I knew that Olive finding a home was not going to be difficult. It's always so difficult or so sad when you give a dog away and you spend the entire day with them, and then they think that you're going to be on the next adventure with them and you're just not, and they look back and they're like, what the heck, I thought we were pals now, and you're going to be like, bye. I think that's the hardest part, and that's one of the hardest parts of doing this kind of stuff, but in the long run it does so much for the dogs. But Olive, I definitely knew that she would have no problem being adopted and finding her family, where she wouldn't have to be in the shelter for that long. So taking her back was a lot different than the other dogs. Even when I talked to the staff after I dropped up Olive, they're like, there's a list of people wanting to adopt her. She is so loved by everyone here in the shelter, and she's not even listed on the site yet. And they don't think that she's going to be there long enough to be listed. If Olive is ever listed, I will definitely let you know and keep you posted. As of for now, she's not, but you can contact the Humane Society and see if she's available. She may not be available or adopted already as I'm making this video, but I just want to give you an insight on what dogs that are at the shelter are like. Olive's story is just one out of how many dogs are in that shelter, and many shelters around the country, and more than that. If you are thinking about adding a furry companion, please consider adopting. All these dogs, like Olive, are adoptable and ready to love you whenever you're ready. Thank you so much for spending the day with me and Olive. If you loved her story, please subscribe and see some more stories of these dogs that are adoptable. Every view, every share helps these dogs get to their forever homes. Spread the word.